Hey guys, Garnie here, and guess what? I'm going to be talking about the OnePlus 5. Yep, going to tell you what I think about the OnePlus 5. Stick around. Hey guys, Garnie here. Thanks for coming along. You know what? The OnePlus 5. You know, I haven't had this for very long, about 3 weeks now. But boy, I love it. I know some of you guys are looking at me and say, hey Garnie, didn't you have a OnePlus 3T? Yep. And I was torn. Should I buy the 5 or should I stick with the 3T? Should I buy the 5 or stick with the 3T? Guess what? I bought the 5. And you know what? I am not disappointed. And in fact, the best part about this is that I actually like this device. I really did. At first I was kind of doubting myself, but now I really am glad I bought this device. It's great, it's fun, it's smooth, it's light, it's beautiful, and it takes great shots. What more can you ask for? This thing is buttery smooth. Plus the Oxygen OS. Guys, what more can you ask for except for a Pixel XL version 2? No, I'm just kidding. You know what, for the price point, you know, this actually, so let me start off by talking about the specs here. You know, if you haven't already gone and researched what the OnePlus 5 provides you, this is a 5.5-inch phone. It's a 1080p screen. It is, you know, 1920 by 18 by 1080, about 400 pixels per inch, and it's an AMOLED display. Now, there's a huge benefit behind the AMOLED display, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But it's a great device. Now you're saying, hey Garnie, isn't that the same thing that they had in the 3T? Well, yeah. You know, it works. It's great. It's beautiful. It's pretty. Yeah, if you really spend some time, you can tell this is a 1080p AMOLED display versus, let's say, a Galaxy S8 or even the iPhone. Well, now the iPhone still has a 1080 screen. So anyway, what can I say? This is a great device. So let me go through some of the specs some more here. It's Gorilla Glass 5. Let me talk about finish off the display. It comes with the screen protector already on from the factory. Thank you OnePlus, because after the first week I had some scratches on the screen and I was worried, and I noticed that it already has a protector on it. So thank you OnePlus for your forethought on that. Now the processor in here, it is a Qualcomm 835 SoC. Yeah, what does that mean for everyone? You know what? It's got 8 cores. 8 cores! Some computers today, you know, mid-range computers don't even have 8 cores. So what does that mean? There's plenty of processing power behind this device, or in this device, to deal with the things that you want to do. Also, it has a great GPU, the latest GPU in it, and it is the, which one is it? It's the 540. So the 3T and the Pixel lines had the 530. This is the 540. So this is really cool. Good GPU. Virtual reality stuff. Is anybody still talking about VR or alternate reality and things like that on these devices? I think that's kind of died out from last year. But could you? Yeah, if you really wanted to. Let's talk about another cool thing about this. This provides what OnePlus calls dash charging. Dash charging. Now, dash charging was introduced in the 3 and 3T line, and guess what, guys? I absolutely love it. In fact, a half an hour's worth of charge pumps this baby up to give me a half a day or more of work or power behind this. In fact, you know, if I stop by the desk or I stop by the house and I plug this in for just half an hour, for as long as it takes a shower to get ready or to change or whatever, boom, I've got a huge boost in power into the phone. Great. I absolutely love it. I mean, if you have to spend, you know, remember the old days where you have to plug your phone in for a few hours just to get full charge? Not in this case. I mean, there's a video that OnePlus came out with that actually shows some of the benchmarking on how fast this thing charges from 0% all the way up to 100. Pretty amazing stuff, but I'm impressed with that. Hey guys, sorry for breaking in like this, but you know, I forgot to talk about the battery life. I mean, I'm watching my video here and I realized I didn't talk about this wonderful battery. Light came on. So basically, this thing has a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, and you know what? It kicks butt. I mean, the processor sips the battery. It's awesome. I mean, this 835 chipset really is just sipping the power off the battery. And I keep this thing approximately 50% in resolution or brightness on this device. And I'll get anywhere, and I mean the bad days I'll get 4 hours. That's bad days. I mean heavy usage, updates, blah, blah, blah. But you know what, on average I'm getting 5 to 6 hours of on-screen time. 5 to 6 hours of on-screen time. That's pretty amazing with this OnePlus 5. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there because I was like, wow, I forgot to talk about the battery. So, all right, I'll let you get back to the regular program. See ya. Let's talk about the other things. There's 2 versions of the OnePlus 5. There is the 64 gig in storage, 6 gigs of RAM version. That comes in, what do they call it? Slate gray. That's at a price of $479, so 480 bucks for the 6 gig version. That's 6 gigs. That's a lot, guys, right? The next version above that is the 8 gigs of RAM with 128 gigs of onboard storage. That runs for $539, and it comes in midnight black. Now I've got a case on mine here because it's slippery. Yeah. A very light phone, thin phone, it'll slip out of my hands. I mean, 5.5 inch phone, guys, come on. You've got to have a case. And on the back of mine here, I have a pop socket on the back to keep this thing secure in my hand while I'm using it. You know, one of the points about the price here is they broke the $500 mark. Should I be upset about that? I was really hesitant. You know what, I was on the fence. I was like, you know what? They went over the line. They were supposed to be the company that comes out with kick-butt phones, great specs, but awesome price. I mean, if you think about it, they still do, but just think the technology has grown so much and so fast that they are still trying to keep it reasonably priced, but still give you the best of the best. I mean, think about it. The 8-core 835 chipset that's in here with a 540 GPU with 8 gigs of RAM at $540? Where do you get something like that? I mean, compared to some of the others like Galaxies or the LGs or, heck, even the new iPhones, right? The new iPhone 8 that's rumored to come out at 4 digits? Yeah, that's pretty expensive, right? Another benefit of this phone is that just like with the 3T, it has dual SIM technologies, which means you can have 2 carriers or 2 SIMs, 2 different numbers for your device, if you go that way. I've never gone that, but the benefit there is if you travel overseas or you do need another number to associate it with one device, you could do that with a OnePlus 5. Really, really neat. Now, let's also talk about what I liked about this phone a lot, and that is the camera. Yep, dual cameras on the back and a nice front-facing camera. Let's talk about the back cameras. There are 2 main cameras. There's a 16 megapixel camera for regular shooting and a 20 megapixel camera for telephoto shooting. Yeah, dual cameras. That's pretty neat. So if you zoom in on something, it's trying to capture all the quality as best as possible with that 20 megapixel camera. They both have electronic image stabilization, not optical image stabilization. It's EIS. They say it's gyroscopic based, but it does a pretty good job stabilizing when you take still photos and even in video modes. And now what's nice about this records in 4K. Now the 16 gig records at 4K at 30 frames per second and can do 1080p at 60 frames per second. I like that because when I vlog or go anywhere else like that, if I'm not taking my G7X with me or my Sony camera, I can also use my OnePlus device to start recording. Now let's talk about the front-facing camera. Now the front-facing camera is a 16 megapixel shooter, also an electronic image stabilization, but it's only at 1080 video at 30 frames per second, and not. So that's the highest resolution you can get on video recording in the selfie mode is 1080 at 30 frames per second. I wish they would have gone up to 60 frames per second so you could actually capture, you know, slow-mo stuff and things like that with it. But you know what? 30 frames per second at 1080, not bad. Still YouTube quality. You could actually put out some HD video with that. That's still pretty good. A lot better than some of the other cameras that are still hovering around 720s. Or low-end 1080s. Good stuff. Now, this does have, get this, an audio head jack. Oh yeah, thank you, OnePlus. Thank you. I mean, how many of us still have, like I still have my Bose headsets that plug right into this thing. It just, you know, I know Bluetooth has gotten some great technologies out there, but some of us just like the wire and the confidence of the wire and the head jacks. And thank you. I appreciate that, guys. This has only one speaker on the bottom. The 3T had 2 speakers on the bottom. But here on this one is only 1. Now, I will tell you, for the 3 weeks I've had it on speakerphone a couple of times. Yes, you do miss out on that second speaker in intensity and wide range, but you're not going to get a lot out of a speaker on the bottom of the phone. So I'm sorry, guys, it's just not there. I mean, you don't use the speakers on the phone for audio and things like that. You do it for convenience sake, right? And you'll get over the quality. And when I do conference calls and things like that, where I answer when my hands are full and I do the speakerphone, it's not bad at all. It's not the best, but it's not bad at all. Again, USB-C connection on the bottom for that dash charging. Now, now the fingerprint sensor. Now watch this. You know what? It failed on me last time, but I'm gonna try this. Watch. There you go. See how fast that was? That's pretty amazing. You see how fast the screen is. Let me do this. There it is. There you go. See how fast that was to log back in? I love it. I mean, I've got 4 fingers associated to the fingerprint scanner here, so I can log in with my index fingers on either hand or my thumbs from either hand. Guys, what else can I say about this? This is Oxygen OS is about as close as you can get to the pure Android experience. That's why I like it. I just, besides going to the Pixel or rooting the phone and getting pure Android on here, Oxygen OS has done a really good job. Now, I have Google Launcher as my launching page here. That's why it kind of looks pixelish from there. But this is what I've been used to, and that's what I like. But the launcher that comes with the OnePlus 5 is still, well, comes with Oxygen OS, still a great launcher. Nova Launcher works well. I mean, it really depends upon what you want, and that's what I love about the Android platform is not replacing the core functionalities, but it gives you the opportunity to do what you want with it. Like if you wanted to change the color of your car, you know, you don't have to replace your car. You could just go and get it colored. And that's what, you know, that's what changing launchers and things like that are here for. Guys, the only drawback I have with the OnePlus 5 right now, now of course you can go out and watch other videos. Oh, it's not waterproof. Well, any electronic product, even though it says it's waterproof, I kind of take care of my stuff. That's a Ziploc bag in the back pocket just to make sure it doesn't get wet is good enough for me, right? You're not going to see me running up and down the beach or any waterfalls with this thing. I'm sorry, that's just not me. But yeah, I might get caught in the rain, but you know, I'm going to make sure this thing is protected. And it doesn't have any waterproofing technology associated with it, so just take care of it. The other drawback that they have is, and it's a temporary one, real temporary, and it's more of the retail space. There's hardly any cases for it. Now, D brand, you know, I don't know if you guys know the D brand that makes custom skins for, you know, iPhones and Galaxies and Pixels and even the OnePlus brands. They have skins that you can actually buy. So D brand does support currently the OnePlus 5, but when you go out to Amazon, or I went to OnePlus's store to find a bumper case, not just a protective case, but a bumper case, they weren't available. In fact, the OnePlus store sold out. And I went on Amazon. There are several companies who are, you know, starting from mid-July or mid to late July, start shipping bumper cases for this. And some of them are actually pretty good looking. So Poetic, if you're listening, I want one for the OnePlus 5. Now, if you need to really protect your OnePlus 5 in a pinch, guys, here's a little tip. You can actually put a OnePlus 5 in a 3T or 3 case. Yeah, you can. Now, the power buttons will be misaligned. It's on the same side, but it's just slightly misaligned. And of course, it doesn't have the, you know, cutouts for the dual cameras. It has a cutout for the main camera in the back. But if you really need a case or bumper case for your device, you might want to look to the 3T cases that are out there. I just went ahead and bought this gel case just to keep it from getting scratched. I'm really taking care of this, and can't wait for the new ones to come out. Guys, that's all I'm going to talk about. You know, I love my device. I really do. I'm glad I bought it. Hey, if you want to go get if you're a 3T user and you're sitting on the fence going, man, do I really want to get a OnePlus 5? I would. If you got the funds to do it, do it. because I enjoy it. I really do. In fact, I haven't touched my 3T phone in quite a while. I think my son is thinking about buying it for me, or either negotiating to get it so he can upgrade from the 3 to the 3T. But we'll see, right? Guys, if you like what I've done here, hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And most of all, leave your comments below. Let me know how I've done. What else do you think about this? Do you have a OnePlus 5? Tell me your thoughts. Guys, until then, really appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.